so today I'm going to be doing my question and answer video, and in my last video you guys asked me a bunch of questions. There's actually 101 comments, so that means 101 questions. So that's a lot to get through. I don't think I can get through all of them. I think a lot of them are pretty similar, so I'm just going to do the ones I can get through. So first I'm going to start off with the cupcake questions, and then after I will do more personal type of questions. So the first question is, do I plan on having my own bakery? And I also know that there's a lot of questions asking if I own my own bakery and if I work in a bakery, so I'm just going to answer this all in one. So I definitely plan on having my own bakery, but definitely I want to be older when I have it. I wanted originally to get out of college and just do that, but I decided that I'm going to wait a little bit, I think. And also that's something else that you guys ask, if I'm in culinary school, if I've ever gone to culinary school, and I haven't. I'm not sure if I'm going to. I know it sounds weird to some people, like why wouldn't I go to culinary school? So that being said, I am in school right now for business because I do want to have my own bakery. So, and I do not work in a bakery, and this is not a bakery. I know a lot of you guys think that this room is either my bakery or my kitchen. It's just a room in my house that I've turned into a cupcake room, and I do have a cupcake room tour on this channel, so you guys should check that out if you want to see it more. So I think I answered all of those questions for that. The next one is, how long have I been making cupcakes for? So I mean, overall, with baking, I knew I wanted to be some type of chef when I was in kindergarten. And then this is also another question. When I was in 8th grade, I took the Wilton cake class, which a lot of you guys have been asking about because I mentioned that in another video. And I think it was worth it, definitely. I only took the first level, so it's just kind of learning the basics, but it definitely taught me a lot of stuff. And I did take another cupcake class. I don't think it really taught me anything, honestly. I took it at the International Culinary of Education, I think. I don't know. I know it's ICE. I'm not sure what it stands for. I forget. But it's in Manhattan, and me and my sister did that probably a year or two ago now, and it was really fun. I think it was more of a fun thing, not really something where you learn techniques and stuff. Or at least for me, just because I think I already know a lot about it. So I think if you go into it not knowing anything about cupcakes, it would definitely be good for you. But nonetheless, it was really fun. So getting back to the question, I started making cupcakes when I was in 11th grade, and then once I hit that, that's when I knew that I wanted to be doing cupcakes for the rest of my life. So the next one, which I got a lot of people asking, is what is my favorite type of cake, and if I've actually done a video on it yet. I think I'm a chocolate girl. Anything chocolate I love. So the chocolate cupcakes with the chocolate frosting is definitely my favorite. It is so good. You guys seriously need to try that one. And the strawberry shortcake ones that I made, those ones were really good too. So that's they're both kind of really close. I definitely think the chocolate ones are a little bit more, but the strawberry shortcake ones were also really, really good. The next question is, where's the best place to get cupcake supplies? My favorite place to get cupcake supplies is probably Michael's and Etsy. I am at Michael's probably a few times a week just because of my videos. So at Michael's, I'll get all the piping bags, the tips. If I buy fondant, if I don't make it, then I'll get it there, and stuff like that. And then on Etsy, let me grab one quick so I can show you. Okay, so Etsy is where I get these really cute baking cups and these straws that you guys are always asking about. So these really cute things, that's where I get them from Etsy. And also I get a lot of questions about these milk bottles. These are just empty Starbucks drinks that you get at the gas station or at Rite Aid and stuff. They're the Starbucks Frappuccinos, because I've used those in a few of my videos. So this is a question I get asked in every single video, and some people are kind of mean about it, but yeah, so basically I always get asked, what do I do with the cupcakes? A lot of people always say that I waste my cupcakes and I throw them out, but I don't throw the cupcakes out because I'm not going to just waste money like that. So sometimes you guys will see in a video that I only make half a recipe, and sometimes I make the full recipe. So if I make, no matter how many I make, I always end up bringing them to my boyfriend's parents. I also bring them to people at church. So some older people like around the neighborhood and stuff like that. My sister's always by, so she'll take some for her and her husband. I mean, there's always people in and out of our house, so they always end up going, and I never throw any of them out. So the next question is, how do I get my cupcakes so high? And I think it just depends on the amount of batter you put in. Normally I'll put like 1 ice cream scoop of batter, but it does depend on the size of your liners. And you guys, if you bake them a little bit slower sometimes, like at 340 degrees instead of 350. And the thing is too, a lot of people take their cupcakes out of the oven too soon because they look like they're done, they look like they're nice and high, and then they take them out, and then once they have cooled, they kind of sink, which is just because they are not fully done. Even though you might open it up inside and it might be cooked, it still could have sat in there a little bit longer and it would have made it a little bit higher. Next question is, how do I get my frosting to stay put? And this was like a nightmare when I started cupcakes, because I would always like pipe my frosting on, and then it would slowly just start to like slide off the cupcake, or I would do like a swirl and then it would start to sink, and it would drive me nuts, especially in the summertime. So what I learned after like a year of doing it is make the frosting right when you're about to frost them, like right before. Frost them, and then if it looks like they're about to slide, just throw them into the refrigerator. But if you do put them in the refrigerator, make sure that you put them into like an airtight type of container, like a cupcake tray, but make sure it has like a seal on it, because the refrigerator does dry out the cupcakes. So you don't want them to get dried out from that, but as long as they're in one of those containers, they'll be fine. And the cold from the refrigerator will just kind of stiffen up the frosting again. How did I get started making videos on YouTube? And this is just like a really long story, and I don't want to make this video too long, so if you guys want me to do like a separate video on that, I can do that. It was actually by mistake that I started my YouTube videos, and like long story short, before I knew it, I had like 3 subscribers, so I kind of just felt like I had to keep going with it. So if you guys want me to explain that more, I can do a different video on it. But next question, have I ever messed up in one of my videos and had to film it again? And yes, I mess up in my videos all the time. I guess you guys don't notice it, but I feel like I'm always messing up and I get so frustrated with myself. But the one time in particular that I messed up really bad was the Valentine's Day cupcakes. It was like the pink velvet. It was so late at night when I had to make the video because I didn't have time during the day. So it was really late at night. I was just so exhausted, and I ended up putting too much cocoa powder in. So the pink, they're supposed to be like pretty pink velvet cupcakes, and they ended up being brown. And I was just like so annoyed. I was like, I can't waste this batter, so I'm just gonna have to put it up. And I actually just deleted it the other day because I'm gonna redo it because it was just bothering me too much. So this next question is if I have any tips on making the cleaning process a little bit easier. The cleaning process is definitely the worst part of it. But what I found is like cleaning up as I go. So like I'll use like all the dry ingredients, and then after I use all the dry ingredients, I put them away, clean the counter, and then I'll go to the wet ingredients, you know, use them, put them away, clean the counter, clean the dishes. So I just kind of clean as I go. That way when I'm done baking the cupcakes, I don't have like a huge mess to clean. So the next question is about this sign, and I get asked questions about this sign all the time. A lot of people, I think that's why I think it's a bakery, but it's actually a sign that my dad had made because my parents used to own an ice cream shop, which was called the 3 Bears Sweet Shop because my last name is Bear, and there was only 3 of them at the time, my dad, my mom, my sister. So that was the ice cream sign that they had hung up with all the prices and everything like that. So the next question is, if I have a cupcake shop, what would I name it? And I would name it SweetEmelynes. That's where my YouTube name came from, because that's what I would name it. I don't know, I just always thought I would like that name. So the next question is, do I get tired of making cupcakes? And I kind of do sometimes, more so when I'm just making a video, because I think it's kind of like, I don't think people realize how stressful like making videos are. And I mean, I definitely love doing them, but it takes like a lot of time, a lot more than my like other channel where I would do like makeup or something like easier like that. I think more so just because I have to like do grocery shopping for it, and then I have to go to like Michael's, get more supplies, order supplies offline, and it takes like a really long time to kind of like plan everything out and make sure I have all of the ingredients that I need and stuff like that. On average, like a video would take me anywhere from 4 to 6 to 8 hours to make, and normally my videos are ended up being like 4 minutes long. So it does take a really long time. That's not even like including like editing it. So I think sometimes when I make my videos, I get tired of making cupcakes, but then like a few hours later, I'm like, so I guess I don't really get tired of it. I think when I'm doing it, I just get kind of bored sometimes, but I definitely love it. Okay, so now I'm gonna get into the more personal questions quickly. The next question is, how old am I? Everyone thinks I'm 16 or like 14 years old, but I'm 20. I just look really young for my age. I'll be 21 November 26th. The next question is, how tall am I? I'm actually not really that sure how tall I am. I'm pretty sure I'm like 5'4". Most of my friends are really tall, so I don't think I've grown that much at all, so I think I'm still 5'4". So last but not least, people always are asking me if I'm married, and I'm not married. I think people think I'm married just because I have a ring on my finger, but it's more just like a promise ring. Me and my boyfriend have been dating for actually 4.5 years this month. So yeah, so we're not married, but we are just happily together. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I hope I answered a lot of your questions. If I didn't get to answer it and it was really important, you guys can always ask me in the comments. And I will talk to you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!